Hey everybody, it's Ian the Off Kilter Crafter. I hope you're having a great day today. Today I'm going to be using up some of the pattern paper that I've been hoarding for a while, and this is a great way to use it, layering it on top of each other to create a fun and spooky card for Halloween. So let me show you how I put it together. These are the products that I'm going to be working with today. I have some Distress ink and carved pumpkin. I have a Close to My Heart stamp set. I use this one a lot. In fact, I use the Close to My Heart ones a lot. I just love how they look and they're super cool. So I'm going to use this one for today's card. I'm also going to use two pattern papers. This one is from Echo Park Paper Company. I think this is also Echo Park, but I've cut off the label, so I don't know for sure if that's true or not. It may be a Close to My Heart paper. I'm not 100% sure. So we're going to be using these today as well. The first step that I'm going to do today is I have a piece of scratch paper. I think it is 60-pound Recollections paper. I just have a scrap bin that I place all of my scraps in, so I don't always know what paper is what, but I think that is what that paper is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this Boo stamp, and I'm going to stamp it right on top of my paper. But before I do that, before I stamp today, I'm going to go ahead and use my Distress ink, and I'm going to go ahead and just kind of ink up, starting off on the bottom and slowly fading up to the top. So it's kind of fading out into nothing. Okay, I placed my stamp over here on the door. I picked it up from the door, I should say. There's a little bit of weirdness, like you might be able to see like that circle on there. Not a big deal though, because it is going to get cut out using the die cut. I don't have to worry too much about it. I'm using some VersaFine ink because this is kind of a thin, delicate line structure to this stamp. I really want to make sure that I get a good impression, and so I'm using VersaFine because usually I can get a pretty good image just using the VersaFine. Now, you might be asking, why did I choose to go with the Distress ink instead of the Distress oxides? Remember back to the card that I made. See, this looks really good. I think I'm just going to keep it just like that. If you remember back a couple of cards ago, I created a blended background using the Distress oxides, and whenever I stamped over it, the ink just didn't quite react well with that oxide. It lived on top of the ink instead of sinking into it. So because of that, I really wanted something that would stamp well on top of the Distress ink, so that's why I chose the ink. Little bit of extra information for you, but I hope it helps. I also went ahead and grabbed this ink stamp, and I'm doing it once again in Versamark ink. Or excuse me, this is VersaFine. I get that mixed up sometimes. VersaFine ink. I'm going to go ahead and stamp this one out as well, and that will be another element that I can put onto my card. As you can see, I've gone ahead and cut the boo out. I did that off camera because I was kind of holding my breath, making sure I got it in the right place. It's a very delicate die, and so I really wanted to make sure I was getting it as close to perfect as possible. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut out this ink, and we'll go ahead and start assembling the card and getting it ready. So I forgot I needed to cut out my A2 card base panels. I'm using my waffle flower dies to do that, and I'm actually cutting out two pattern papers like I showed you at the beginning because I'm going to layer them up. I have a piece of Neenah Solar White 110-pound cardstock. What I'm going to do is, well, I've already done it. I've turned it into an A2 size card that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I scored it at 5 1/2, so that way I have a full card. So next up, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my pattern paper, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply the dot line of, wow, that was weird. Dot adhesive liner, wow, can I say that at all? I'm gonna go ahead and apply it to the back. Remember that this is an A2 size panel, so it should cover the whole front of the card. Next up, I'm going to take this next pattern paper and try to center it as best as possible in the center of my panel. I probably won't get it perfect, but I want it as close as I possibly can. Next, I'm gonna take my boo and try to find a good place. I feel like the bottom is a good place for it. I did pop it up on some adhesive squares or rectangles, whatever you want to call it. So I'm gonna place them, I think I'm gonna place it right about here. That looks pretty good, just like that. And now I'm gonna add some on the back of the eek. Put some foam adhesive on the back of it and popped it up just like that. There we go. So there we go, there's our card for today. A lot of fun and great for using up that pattern paper you have stashed away. I'm really having a lot of fun using my new waffle flower dies. It's amazing what a simple die can do and how much it can make a difference in many different ways. I think that's gonna do it for today's video. If you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up, let YouTube know that you like my video, and then hopefully YouTube will share it out across YouTube land. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and get great updates every time I post a new video or go live by clicking the bell notification icon. You can also get social with me, so make sure to check out my social media links. Those are listed down in the description below. I hope everybody has a great day, and remember guys, normal's just sitting on the dryer. Bye!